Rich Life Daily. Brought to you by Learn. Time to look in the mirror. June 10th, 2021. Issue number 39. Hey, money isn't the answer to your problems. When I was a kid, my dad told us that the Japanese were aware of three powers: the sword, the jewel, and the mirror. The power of the sword, weapons. The sword symbolizes the power of weapons. Great nations throughout history have invested in their military to gain an advantage over other nations. For instance, America has spent trillions of dollars on weapons, and because of this, has the most powerful military presence in the world. Personally, I own guns and love to collect them and shoot them. I have them if I need them, but the power of the sword was never really for me, even when I was in the military. I don't believe true power and success comes from the power of the sword. The power of the jewel, money. The jewel represents the power of money. I've observed there is some truth to the saying, remember the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. History is filled with examples of the rich using the power of money to gain an advantage. This may surprise you, since I am known for having a lot of money, and my life is based on teaching people about money and how to be rich. But my calling has never been about just money and being rich alone. No, I do what I do because I want people to have true power and success, and that starts with the most important power. The power of the mirror, self-knowledge. The mirror symbolizes the power of self-knowledge. And according to Japanese legend, self-knowledge is the most treasured of all three powers because it guides how all other powers are used, whether they are used for good or for ill. I believe this to be true. Let me share a story to help illustrate. In my senior year of high school, Rich Dad's son, Mike, and I were lined up in front of a small group of students made up primarily of the leaders of our class. Our guidance counselor turned to Mike and me and said, "The two of you will never amount to anything." Some of our classmates laughed as the counselor continued. "From now on, I am not going to waste my time on either of you. I'm only going to spend my time with the students who want to be here and to learn. You two are the class clowns, and you will never amount to anything if you keep it up. Now get out of here." Those words hurt Mike and me deeply, but that counselor also did us a huge favor. Essentially, the guidance counselor forced us to make a choice. Would we believe what she had to say about us? Or would we look in the mirror and believe what we knew to be true about ourselves? By inspiring both of us to strive even harder and be true to ourselves, her words carried us through college and into our own businesses. Many years later, Mike and I went to our high school reunion together. It was interesting to see that most of the so-called senior leaders, the people whom our guidance counselor had lavished praise on, had not become successful in the years after high school. Mike and I were not academic whiz kids. We were not class leaders, financial geniuses, or athletic stars. For the most part, we were slow to average learners and students. In my opinion, we were not as naturally gifted as our fathers, but we knew who we were and what we wanted out of life. Rather than buy into those stinging words from the guidance counselor, we used them as fire to keep going, learn from our mistakes, and endure in both good and bad times. What this taught me is that success can rarely be predicted. Instead, you must determine whether you will be successful or not. You must work hard to earn success. You must look in the mirror each and every day and determine what you will be and how you will shape the world. Best, Robert Kiyosaki. Editor, Rich Life Daily. New York Times bestselling author, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This newsletter was brought to you by Rich Dad and Learn.